We've been running this banter since way back in school, where the dorm room debates turn to cool in the rules, talking loud about the world like we're changing the game, but it's just us two, yeah, two sides of the same. Pull up a chair for the truth, let it spin. Two regular guys with the world to dive in. We don't need to agree, just let the talk flow. The vibes and the rhythm, the rest we let go. When the convo's done and the bottle runs dry, we'll toast to the clash, to the lows and the highs. Two voices, one friendship, no need to compare. So come as you are and pull up a chair.
Hey, welcome to the show. I'm Yonni Rude.
And I'm just Terryl. You ever been out somewhere and overheard two people having crazy conversations?
Yeah, well, we are those people. We've been having these conversations since college.
Yep, it's the Regular Guys Random Thoughts Podcast, Random Conversations, Episode 8. Be sure to like, subscribe, rate, and leave a review.
It's kind of wild that people still keep coming on after we have conversations, huh?
You know, I can see that. We've had some really good conversations, and we've had some that, you know, we've gotten some comments of people that didn't like some of the things that we talked about.
Okay, that would have to be David you're talking about, and that's Reddit. Reddit's going to be that way. You got to leave that alone. I mean, they thought we took it easy on David. Well, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
You know, the thing is, I forgot what season we were reviewing, but it was while I was in Atlanta, so that had to be a couple of years ago, right? And this podcast came across my feed, and when I noticed the dynamic, right? It's two best friends doing a podcast, except, you know, they're also covering dating TV reality shows, right? And I'm like, okay, Terryl, let's get them on. Maybe we do a recap together, maybe a reunion. So Terryl reached out. Then I remember when we were on with Auntie, right? And some of the live crew were like in the comments like, yo, y'all should jump on with, you know, these ladies, get them on. And we're like, checked our email for a response and like, so then about, you see where this is going? About 2 weeks ago, get a message on IG say, hey, you bums, we finally got around to your email. What do you want? And we said, well, you know, come on in. Please welcome to the conversation from the Girlfriends and Goals podcast, Mee.O.Sha and Samaria, or should we say Dr. Samaria?
Yes. Mee.O.Sha's the only person who makes sure people say that. I don't have a preference.
You gotta respect the DR. Yeah. You have to. If I finish my doctorate, I'm making everybody call me doctor.
Yep.
How you doing, ladies?
Same way. It's not like that at all. I'm actually kind of timid about it.
Don't be. You got to be proud of it.
You earned it. Be proud of it. Yeah.
Yeah. But we're good. We're excited to be here. And I promise you, it's not that we're above coming on. It was an honest miss. We are terrible about checking our podcast email. And we get so many automated spam emails. And I was cleaning things up. You know, we're at the end of the year. I'm like, okay, let's tidy things up. We'll do better in 2026.
I can relate to that.
I figured that because you ever look at someone's phone and they have like 1,000 emails unread on their phone? And you're like, in my mind, I'm like, how do you sleep at night with all these notifications sitting there if you're not looked at? So I just assume, you know, maybe they just get a lot of emails and they just hadn't got to us yet. It's totally fine.
I promise you, it was not because we didn't want to come on. And thankfully, we caught it when we did. Because I actually started watching y'all's last season of Married at First Sight, season 19. I added y'all in my rotation before I even caught the email. I was talking to a friend. She recommended y'all's channel. And when I saw the email, I sent a screenshot to Samaria. I'm like, girl, you will not believe this. This new channel I just got put on to has been wanting to chat with us.
Well, we're glad you found the email. And believe me, I totally understand because I'm the one that has 1,000 unread emails. Terryl literally has 0 unread emails. He's
zero notifications on my phone on all my apps. And I feel good about it.
That's impressive. I was going to say my emails, besides the podcast one, are pretty clear, but I don't know about all the rest of my apps. That's impressive.
That's diabolical, isn't it?
I got laid off at the beginning of November, so I got time.
Stop acting like that's why. Stop acting like that's why. Stop it.
Even when I was working 60 hours, it's just I can't sleep unless the notifications are gone. Even the Netflix notifications, those bother me.
Do you check the promotions folder too? Like all the emails?
promotions and updates and primary.
Ooh.
Yes.
That's impressive.
Wow.
It just bothers me. It's just, I got to like get these off. It just bothers me.
So let's start from the beginning. When you started to do the podcast, like, whose idea was it? And how long did it take to convince the other person?
It was actually Mee.O.Sha's idea, which
Wait,
is
what?
funny. It was. It was.
I don't remember it being my idea.
I
Honest to
had
God.
never thought about doing a podcast before she mentioned it. We probably should have talked about.
No, this is what we wanted right here.
But you know what? I'm notorious for filtering out information out of my brain. So let's take her account for the record.
Yes, I remember, and I have a great long-term memory. Short-term, not so much, but long-term. But yeah, and I think she would have been the one who required a lot more convincing. So the fact that it was her idea made it perfect. I was more on social media at the time than she was, so it was just like when she brought it up, if you're down, why not? Let's just do it.
And I remember, well, this was 2020 at the time. I think when we first had the initial conversation, the end of 2020, we had spent that whole year yapping. Literally, we would be on the phone at least once a week for 2 to 3 hours, sometimes more. We had nothing else to do. We were cooped up. And so I think my initial thought was, we should just start recording these conversations. Obviously give it more structure, but we was yapping it up. It was insane.
Sounds familiar.
That's what I said. Like, wow, where have I heard that story before? Very familiar.
I was literally on the road from Cleveland to Michigan, and as we're talking about Amy Cooper, I'm like, you know what? We should do a podcast. And so I was like, I don't know about that. So yeah, but I figured it had to be one, and somebody needed a little bit more coaxing to get it done.
So you've said that Girlfriends and Goals is a podcast where women can laugh, connect, and be inspired to live their best lives. How has that been? If you look at from the time you started doing the podcast to where you're at today?
Yeah. So I think when we first started the podcast, our initial goal was one, audio format, but I think initially it was to capture some of the natural conversations we were already having, but then kind of put a spin on it to think about how other women and other friendships could benefit from those conversations. So ambition, motherhood, friendship, career. So we started off pretty broad, but narrow in the sense of things that we think other women in our age group could benefit from.
Right.
And then over time, I think, especially once we probably got to podcast episode like 60, at the time, Samaria was like, I think we should start bringing in some other different types of videos. Not that we were completely running out of ideas, but we were thinking, okay, how could we reach a broader audience? And so I think around that time, Samaria was like, well, maybe we should talk about Insecure and just like see how that goes. And I think we did it on IG. And at that point, we realized like, okay, like maybe reality TV. She was the one that was really big into reality TV. I didn't watch as much. If I did, it was probably Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Right.
But I was like, okay, then maybe we could use some of the things that come up on those shows to go deeper on and give our thoughts and perspectives on it. So,
Interesting, because as you talk about starting with the audio, right? When did you and doing some on IG? What actually made you decide to start doing more on YouTube? Was that further down the line?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say with YouTube, once we started doing our Insecure like recaps on IG, we would post them on YouTube. But YouTube is probably one of our favorite platforms, and I think is one of the best platforms if you want more of a community. So not just going viral and putting stuff out there, because we're not those type of people. And so I think after Insecure, we decided, maybe we can go more over into like the YouTube space. And I think video was becoming more popular on IG. So people weren't just posting the audiograms anymore. They were making video content of their podcasts. And so just an attempt to evolve with social media, really.
It's interesting because I think, what was that? Brilliant Idiots. And Andrew Schultz was telling Mandy and Wheezy from, I could think they changed the name to Decisions now, but telling them like, hey, YouTube is free publicity for your audio. So you have to be on YouTube, because they weren't doing a lot on YouTube. They focused mostly on audio. And I remember hearing that and I was like, yeah, that means we need to, because when we started, we're like, yeah, there's not a lot on YouTube, and it's really about the audio, right? That's where a lot of the traction can be. But then YouTube has its own life, like you said, its own community.
Yes. And I'll add to that. I think initially, I feel like Samaria was the one who was like, hey, I think we should put our videos on YouTube. I had a lot of hesitation because I was concerned, like, I don't know how much I want to put myself out there. I don't know if I want to be on video. I'm naturally a very private person. And so I think the audio was a good comfort space for me where I can get my thoughts and opinions out there, but no one knows what I look like. You get on YouTube and people want to know even more. So how do I protect the privacy that I do have? So I had more reservations about the YouTube transition, but she reminded me like, well, it will be edited and the community that we're building should hopefully be a safe space. So
I think that's really cool because since we've started doing this and we started out on YouTube, for me to have people talk trash about me, about either what I had on or the fact that I don't have any damn lights on my
on your anti-Christmas tree, yes.
Yeah, like I've gotten it from all over the place. But 5 years ago, it bothered me. Today, I just laugh at it. But I totally get what you're saying is that when you go on video, it's very different because you're opening up yourself and everything, especially when you have a good microphone, the noises. I've had complaints about my chair, which is why I'm in this chair. And it's just very interesting what you get on video. So I'm with you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, when it all started, I had to tell Terrell, look, if you go in the comment section, do not respond. And then I was the first one to respond. He's like, but you're doing it. I'm like, yeah, but I got experience in this part. I live for this. So you started doing reality TV dating shows because, Samaria, you were into the reality TV, right? And how did you get Mee.O.Sha to agree to do it? Because seems like it would be a little difficult because I know somebody who
she hoodwinked me.
Perfect.
A lot of patience and nurturing and conversation. But no, I think for us, it's always been important to wait for the other person to be ready because at the end of the day, we have a friendship that is priority. This will all be done tomorrow, but I need my best friend. And so I think just throwing the idea out there and then giving her time to process it. So I want to say maybe there was a whole season of Married at First Sight that passed, from the time I introduced the idea and the time we started. But yeah, just giving her time and letting her know that it could lead to the growth of our podcast, but not like out of control growth in a good way, in the ways that we would want it to. Now, if I said to her, let's start posting everything on TikTok, she probably wouldn't.
What season did you start?
Necessarily want that either, but yeah. So just time and showing her what the benefits of it could have been.
Right. What season did you start reviewing?
Ooh, Boston.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. So we started with Insecure. We were doing those as IG lives, and I think that's what kind of reeled me in. Was I really enjoyed Insecure?
Smart move.
So that was our first rodeo at recapping a TV show. And then I think you're right, a full season of MAFS went by. And I had watched MAFS before, but way back in the day and just for entertainment purposes. And then I think a season came and then another one was coming up. And I just remember being like, girl, how long are the episodes? And for how long? The time commitment. I don't watch that much TV. So
sounds like someone I know.
We had to find the right balance of still doing our traditional podcast episodes because I think that's the foundation of our podcast. But how do we sprinkle in something new, to kind of jazz things up a bit.
Yeah. And to be honest, like our podcast episodes were good, but we don't know who was really listening to it. Probably people who know us and people who know the people who know us. But
Right.
really, if we wanted to expand our reach, we had to do something a little bit different.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Remember when MAFS was 2 hours on Lifetime? Oh God, I hate it.
We're grateful for change.
Wait, so you said something there that as well too about the friendship. How long have you guys been friends?
Since 2008.
So we met in 2007.
Yeah.
That's the year we met. I would say we legit became friends probably 2009.
Yeah.
Were y'all frenemies before? What happened? That's
No.
2007 to 2000. What happened in those 2 years? What happened?
Tell this story.
It sounds like Samaria thought she was a friend in 2008.
No.
2009.
I was friendly from the jump. If it were up to me, we would have been friends in 2007.
Okay.
Really.
Uh-oh.
So we actually have a full podcast episode which you can go check out. It's not on our channel, but it's on our podcast feed on Apple or Spotify.
Right.
But so we met freshman year in class, and let's just say initially we weren't like instant friends right away. Like we met, would speak, say hi. You'll have to go listen to the podcast to hear the details. And then we just started having more classes together, and we began spending more time together. So I would say we met in 2007. I feel like it was like 2008 or not, like where we really got close. Definitely.
You're going to see that
by then.
episode get more listens because people are going to want to know now what happened. Because, the first question I want to ask is, what's his name?
It's not that exciting. Maria, tell the story. Tell them how you saw me and just knew you wanted to be friends with me.
I'm a very friendly person. Like, so I saw her, and I think we waved in theater class.
Mm-hmm.
And so in my mind, every time I see this girl, I should speak because we speak,
Right.
And so I would always say hi. And come to find out down the road, she thought I was trying to hit on her. I don't know how she got that.
So, to be
Progressive
fair,
thinking.
so Samaria, what I didn't know is just a naturally very smiley, bubbly person upon meeting. And so she's sitting like a few rows ahead of me. And I just would remember her like turning around and like smiling at me and saying hi. And so, I say hi a few times, but I'm not thinking that we're close like that. And then every day she would just be smiling at me, but I didn't know she smiles at everyone. And so some time went by. I'm like, well, is she interested in me? Like, why is this girl smiling at me?
So Mee.O.Sha, did you go to an alternative school in high school before you got to college?
Right. Why would you respond to love like that?
Why are you being so friendly to me? I don't like you like that.
No, I didn't. But I have another story from senior year that I can tell y'all after the fact, which was a similar situation. You know what I'm talking about, Samaria. And it turns out to be that.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yeah.
It was her trauma talking.
Right. I get it.
Yeah. I'm glad she smiled at me. And here we are all these years later.
Yep.
Okay, good. So I'm curious, what started Am I the Asshole? A-hole, as you guys like to say, but
That sounds so dirty.
Yanni and I have a mouth. We're just like,
Oh man, what started it? I think just after the seasons, like the show seasons, we're like,
Right.
what do we talk about now? We had done so many podcast episodes, and the creative juices just weren't flowing in that area. And I think I came across an Am I the A-hole page, and I was like, oh, this is entertaining. Like, if we're looking for something to talk about, I'm sure we can form opinions about this stuff. And the content is kind of already there for you to use. So Yeah, I presented it, and Mee.O.Sha was like, sure, why not? And so we started doing that for a while. And I think one year we did Vlogmas, where we did several of those.
Yeah.
And they caught on.
Yeah,
Yep.
we did almost like a month of them. I think it was the first 25 days of December between
wow.
that and podcast episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So are y'all at a point now where you have people that are just submitting stuff to you? And
If we check our email. No, I'm just kidding.
If they are, they haven't found it yet.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we did one submission like maybe a year ago, but usually we just go on Reddit because we try to group them by topics like weddings or holiday. It's not always that way, but we try to pick a theme. But we'd love to react to people writing in. It's just people would have to reach out.
Yeah, I would say the one that we did, we were very aware that this is someone who listens to us. So
Yes.
we kept it cute because we're not trying to crush people's feelings or anything like
Why?
that.
That's the fun part.
That would haunt me. I'd be like, oh, we could have been a little nicer or delivery. But it would be fun though if people wanted to submit.
You know, the interesting thing, even the ones that you find, say, on Reddit, it's amazing when you see these scenarios and you go, this can't be real. You say it, then somebody goes, I went through that just last week. And you're like, holy crap, seriously?
yeah,
It's amazing what people go through.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask if you disagree. I'm just going to ask instead, how do you handle disagreements? And most importantly, who wins?
Oh, that's a good question. Do we I feel like, do we disagree? I mean, we don't think the same thing on all things,
Right.
but I don't know that we've ever crossed a huge thing where we just really disagree on.
I think I'll give credit to you on this because I think it's the type of person you are too, Mee.O.Sha. Like, Mee.O.Sha's not going to go back and forth, but so many times, like, especially on things that aren't life or death issues.
Right.
And so I think, like by her modeling that, I've kind of seen that, respected it, and maybe copied that too, where it's like, hey, this is not something to go to war over. So, I think when we're doing the shows, we articulate our differences for sure.
Yeah.
Like, and, she might end up seeing something one way. I might see it a lot. And I will say a lot of times when we see things in different ways, people agree with Mee.O.Sha. So I think there's some like wisdom there that is very respectable.
Or they're all wrong.
I hadn't thought about that. Maybe.
Well, Mee.O.Sha, if you have a YouTube video or any type of webinar where you can kind of coach that behavior, I know somebody who could really benefit from your leadership style, from what Samaria is saying. I know somebody that could benefit from that.
Who do you know, sir?
What I think it is too, I think Samaria and I, like, we're legit best friends in real life. We're very close. There's a lot of love and respect there. And so I think our natural posture in real life and how we handle each other just translates on camera and how we would handle a difference of opinion. So Samaria handles 99% of the comments. I'll usually go back like a week or two after the fact and catch up. But I do remember at some point people will be like, oh, y'all disagree so well. And it's like, this is reality TV, y'all, or this is whatever the topic is. Like, are y'all really going toe to toe over fake TV? Okay. So that's just kind of how I am in general. And so I don't know. I would never get out of pocket with her off camera. So it definitely wouldn't happen on camera. How you see us is our natural interactions and respect and banter. I will say the one area where we simmer it down is we're very silly together. It's a lot of laughing, a lot of silly energy, but we do tone it down just so we can get through the recordings because otherwise we would just be cutting up.
Apparently not enough. Somebody commented this season of MAFS. Was it MAFS or Love is Blind? One of them, they were like, Samaria kept laughing. I'm wondering what's so funny. It's like, girl, everything, most things are funny to me. So I should not be the measure you use. If it's not funny to you, just don't laugh. It's okay.
Yeah. See, that's the attitude to have right there, because that's exactly. He keeps laughing so much. Why is he laughing? It's not my fault.
God forbid, I got joy.
Exactly. See, Terryl, it's not just me.
And I was telling Samaria, I was like, God forbid they actually see us in person. We be cutting up.
That's a good thing of having fun, though.
Well, funny thing is, if you saw Yonni and I in person, the way we are on the podcast is how we are in person.
Yeah.
It's the exact same. Even the arguments, the debates, the disagreements, that's all real. When it's on the podcast, that's real shit. So since y'all been doing the podcast, what has surprised you the most about how people have received, your platform?
I don't know that it's a surprise. I think I'm always surprised that people look for us. So that's the surprising thing. Like sometimes if we post the YouTube video, but we forgot to do the audio, people would be like, hey, can you post the audio? And where is it? It's missing. And it feels nice that people are looking for us. Also, our bad. Like we try to remember to post everywhere, but sometimes some things get missed. But yeah, maybe that's the most surprising, that people are actually checking for what we have to say.
I think it's interesting that you have, especially some of these bigger platforms, right? Like Little Black Book, and you'll see people commenting in there, and then all of a sudden, it's there in your feed as well. Like, wait a minute, you watching us too? So that's a great point. The fact that people actually wanna hear everything that you say, because. And it is just a difference in opinion sometimes, and a different take, because so many different people do it. Like, what was it? It Takes Two. Their take is different. Your take is different. Our take is different. Little Black Book is different, and it's interesting to see all of these happen. What's something that you've learned, though, from Girlfriends and Goals?
So I don't know if it's that we've learned it, but I think we've really leaned into consistency. Like, I think even before we started the podcast, Samaria and I are always like, okay, if we say we're going to do something, we're going to do it. But starting a podcast, being consistent with it. When we first started, we said, oh, we're going to post every Friday. I think we did that for like a year straight.
Oh, wow.
And so I think we've leaned even more into being consistent, because we knew that was the only way to see some of the fruits of our labor. And also, motivation is there, but us just holding ourselves accountable and the discipline that it takes to continue to show up. And so, I think consistency, like, it was already there, but now, like, almost 5 years later, it's like, well, baby, it's there. Because there were plenty of days where I know she probably didn't feel like recording. I know I definitely didn't feel like recording, but I knew she would be waiting there for me. She knew I would be there waiting for her. And we knew, like, we just need to get started. Within the first 5 minutes, we're good.
Yeah.
And
So I remember when Yonni and I first started, probably about a year and a half in, we were still sitting at 81 subscribers on YouTube, and that's friends and family. We knew that, but it just was, it was not growing. We, for us to get above 50, 60 views on anything we did, like, that was just hard for us to get there. Yeah. Was there ever a moment that you were like, hey, this ain't it, maybe we should stop?
I don't think we ever had that moment.
Yeah.
That's good.
But I don't know. I don't know what y'all were posting, so I want to be careful with what I say. But
no, say it. Say it.
So we had just a few subscribers when we were posting our podcast. And so I think the pivot to Married at First Sight, I remember saying to Mee.O.Sha, people are already watching this show.
Yep.
And at the time, I didn't see, like, girlfriends talking about it. Like, it would be, one person or a group of people or a couple, so I thought there was an opportunity. And actually one of one of the reviewers or the channels that reviewed that I really watched all the time, they stopped doing it because MAFS episodes were so long and the seasons were long. They stopped.
Yeah.
So I was like, I think this is our opportunity. Like, if they're not doing it, people are going to be looking for a new Married at First Sight home, and we could be it. So I think that is what helped our channel grow steadily. It wasn't fast, but we saw increases here and there.
And I'll add, I think, especially by the second to third year, once we started to pick up steam on YouTube, I think ever so often we would check in with each other just to be sure that we were comfortable at the pace in which we were growing. Like, what's the goal here? We don't want to go viral. We don't want to have 1 million subscribers. We want to have a nice community that's positive. And so I think for us, part of us was just comfortable with chugging along. We were enjoying the time together, the experience. So it didn't feel like work. And so, of course, you always want to grow, but we also were like, well, we don't want to go viral in a weird, crazy way. And this stuff lives on for forever. So we'll just keep chugging along.
But I do like that you were very intentional in getting into the reality TV dating scene, right? Because for us, it was a little different. Terryl had made this joke about he's going to watch and he just happened to say it on one of our other episodes, he's going to watch The Bachelor because they finally had a black bachelor, and he was never going to watch reality TV until they had one. And so he watched it. I said, okay, I'll watch it too. Maybe a couple weeks in, we'll talk about what we saw so far. And at first episode, he calls me as soon as it's over, and we're talking. And about 30 minutes in, I'm like, yo, we need to just go ahead and record this. And that's how we started doing our reality TV dating shows. But I hated The Bachelor so much that I told him that I owe you for this. And so now, and I was watching Married at First Sight season 12 with Chris in Atlanta. The famous one, the famous season. And I was like, Terryl would be great because I know him. I don't even have to ask what he's going to say. I already know what he's going to say, right? And it's like, I said, he would be great with this. So I was like, okay, now that we did your season, you've got to do one of my shows. And he said, okay. And because we got the traction on season 13, he's like, well, I guess I got to keep doing this. Yeah, you do.
Well, it was the way you said it, because that's what annoys me when you tell the story. Is you say that I watched one of your shows. The Bachelor was not one of my shows.
It was your
we
choice.
Just happened to watch it. It was your idea for us to talk about it.
Yeah, but it was your idea to watch it.
Then you said we got to watch Married at First Sight, one of my favorite shows, which I'd never even heard of. But to y'all's point, I think we're sitting at 81 subscribers. 2 weeks into recapping Married at First Sight, we went to 151 in 2 weeks. And I was just like, oh, okay. So this is what they want us to do. I guess I'm going to be watching reality TV shows.
It's all started because he made a deal with the devil and said he wouldn't watch reality TV until they had a black bachelor, thinking they'd never have a black bachelor. COVID hits and they go, let's give the black guy a chance.
Maybe I should have said 100% black.
Yeah, because we don't have one yet.
Wow.
Speaking of Married at First Sight, because that's where I think we all got our traction. And we talked about those long episodes they had before on Lifetime. What do you think of the Peacock, the way they rolled it out?
I love it. I love it. I think, there are a few things maybe that they could bring back, but I would watch this for multiple seasons, this current format.
Okay.
Interesting.
I like that we're kind of in and out, but if it were a little bit longer, I would have been fine with that. Like if they would have released it in batches of 2 episodes, because the 4 episodes at a time, I think is a lot. Yeah. And it's also not a lot because the season is so short. So this season I walked away feeling like, well, what else didn't we see? And I felt like there was a lot more that we could have seen. But I'm also not mad about it because the way they were putting us through it before, I would keep the length of the episodes at an hour. Just give us maybe a few more episodes.
I see where you're going with that, and I agree. And at least you're not doing Ready to Love where they decided to stretch it over an entire year. But what you honestly think of? It wasn't really a full year. I exaggerate just a little bit.
It was like, wow, that's a bold move.
They took a break. They took like was it 2-3 month break? I'm like, we forgot everybody's names.
3-month break in between last season.
Yeah. But what'd you think of the couples, all the couples on this past season, this first Peacock season? Because it felt to me, and I think also to Terryl, that it was, okay, it's Peacock's first season. Everybody's got to say yes. How'd you feel about everybody saying yes on decision day?
Yeah, I felt like I had flashbacks of Boston, where everybody said yes. And I was like, oh, we don't have a good track record with this. Like something's gonna mess up between now and when we see them again. And that's what happened. So yeah, I felt like it was reasonable for most couples to say yes because they hadn't seen the person live outside of the cameras. And I think there's this tendency to want to give the benefit of the doubt. Like, okay, maybe once we return to some type of normalcy, things will get better. I don't necessarily think that's realistic, but I can see people wanting to give the benefit of the doubt. So yeah, for most of the couples, I could see it. I would say, actually, most might be a stretch. I was going to name the couples. I could see it for Jalen and Josh. I could see it for Derek and Megan, of course.
Yeah.
Brittany and Will, I wish that would have been a no.
It should have been a no. It was a no. She just didn't accept it.
Right. I wish they would have stood in. I wish he would have, stood in his no. Rhonda and Pat, I just kind of. I mean, they were a no too.
Yeah, he needed to run. Yes.
And then like Belinda and Chad, I could see her, wanting to give him the benefit of the doubt. So three out of the 5, I could see them going forward. And then 2 just needed to be a no and save themselves the misery.
I think they should have all been a no. maybe Derek and Megan, if a child was in progress and whatever that was going to be, but the rest of these people should have been a no. I think they saw enough for it to be a no.
But take the baby out of the situation.
That should have been a no.
Should have been a no.
That should have been a no. Even Jalen and Josh, they didn't have anything major, but all these little white lies, that equals a no.
Oh, yeah, true.
And I don't want to hear about Burning Man ever again. Like I'm so tired.
Yes. The way if I were Jalen, I would be so tight. Girl, you should have stood on business.
Yes.
You should have.
I'm not going. I told you I'm not going. You want to go, but I'm not going.
It was a complete waste of time. All of that for this man to say you're a level 2 on. Yeah. Can you get out of here?
That was diabolical. No, that was bad.
Insane.
So out of all the seasons of Married at First Sight, y'all have a favorite season that y'all that you've watched?
Mee.O.Sha, you go first.
Well, let's start with the least favorite, Denver.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry to switch the question up, but Denver.
Was that because of Michael's skirt?
Everything about that season was so wrong. Favorite? What would be your favorite? She's watched more Married at First Sight seasons than I have.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Of the ones that we've reviewed, right? Mm-hmm. This question.
Oh, just overall, either way.
Overall. Yeah.
Favorite overall, I would have to go with New Orleans.
Mm. That was a good one. That was
Amani and Woody. I think that was just a beautiful couple. And maybe post-show, like Karen and Miles, I did enjoy their journey before it ended. Right. But yeah, so that would be favorite. But out of the ones we've reviewed, I'm going to go with Chicago just because I love Thomas and Camille. But also the seasons had gotten so boring that I remember saying to Mee.O.Sha, maybe we just stop reviewing Married at First Sight. And she said, well, let's hold on. Let's just do one more season. Mm-hmm. And that one more season was Chicago. And I thought it was interesting, gave us a lot to talk about. And so, Chicago of the ones we reviewed.
Yeah, I could see that minus some of the things that happen. I was going to say Tennessee.
Ooh,
I think
Tennessee
with,
was
with
nice.
Shaquille, with Nicole and Chris, and what was
Yeah.
the Gina and
Yeah, Gina.
And
When I think of Tennessee, all I can think about is that roller coaster ride. That's the only thing I can think about.
I just think about the missing side tooth. Like
Yeah.
in Tennessee. And I feel bad because Shaquille is one of my frat brothers and he moved to Austin and works at my alma mater. And I thought about reaching out to him, but I'm like, I said so much shit about that guy.
it's been enough time. He won't remember.
I can't. I'm like, oh, he's not gonna want to talk to me.
oh my
That
god,
was a good season.
that was a good season because we did have some love come out of that season. It was some drama, but it was nothing too serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say Tennessee.
Yeah. I still love David and Madison in Chicago. I get it. It was controversial, but they are so happy. And I follow them on IG. I mean, just to see they're glowing. And it's been great to see that.
Yeah.
So
That's
speaking of that, do y'all have a favorite villain of Married at First Sight? Is there anybody where you're just like, I hate him or her of all the seasons we've done?
And let's see if you agree with the live crew.
Yeah.
I thought about
Who?
Oh no, okay. I was gonna say they're happily together and I'm happy for this person. But Brandon from Chicago, I think just the way that he came into MM's story was a little bit
That's a good one.
like catastrophic, you know. But post show, I'm happy for them, which is why I hesitated. But yeah, he's the villain. He was the villain a little bit to me.
He wished Terryl a happy birthday too.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're very happy. It was a lot.
He was a lot.
laughing.
Yes.
I was laughing because I'm like, you're about to give him another 15 minutes of fame because when you just said happy birthday, you said, hey, happy birthday, Brandon, Married at First Sight. I'm like, you weren't one of the cast. You were an extra.
Wow.
But it was nice. It was still nice that he did it.
Yeah, that was a good one, Samaria. I had forgot about him because he wasn't on the cast.
Right.
But villain?
You can't say Chris from Atlanta.
Yeah,
Thank
I didn't.
you.
Yeah.
Because everybody's go-to is Chris from Actually, that is everybody's go-to.
I think Ike is a close second.
He would be.
Yes.
I actually put him first above Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe Josh now.
Yeah, Josh.
Yeah. Josh flipped me. I was like, what? Where does this guy come from? At the reunion, I was like, who is this dude?
I felt it from the beginning. When he kept taking that girl to all these adventurous things and he pulled out that ring, I was like, there's a thin line between very sweet and very like, I want to be in control of this situation. I just, yeah.
See, that's that woman's intuition because we didn't see that at all.
When he snapped and said, don't you roll your eyes at me, I was like, oh, okay.
What you gonna do?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Eat the cake, Jalen. Eat the cake. He seemed angry.
So I can't think of a villain, but now that I think back to something that was very crazy on behalf of the experts, and I'm gonna go left with this one. Remember San Diego, the guy with the really dirty apartment?
Mitch.
Yeah.
That was villainous.
Yes.
The experts were so wrong for that. What was her name? Kristen or
Kristen with a Y, I think.
Kristen with the Y. Yeah. That was villainous what they did.
It's funny you should bring up the experts because you interviewed Pastor Cal.
Yeah, we did.
Or as Terryl used to call him, Pastor Troy. What was your biggest takeaway with Pastor Cal?
This is the second time I'm talking about this today, actually. Somebody else asked me about it at lunch. But Pastor Kyle made it very easy to talk to him. Like, we weren't sure what to expect, but he was just so warm and inviting. I think at one point we were trying to ask him about just how the dating world changes. And he said, "Are you asking me this because you think I'm old?" And we're like, "No."
But like, no, we know that, Pastor Cal. Now answer the question.
But yeah, so I think just he was just very warm and inviting. That's what I remember from that interaction.
Yeah, it was a very easy, fun interview. I think someone in the comments were like, "Oh, y'all were too," how did they say it, Samaria? Like uptight. They felt like we weren't relaxed enough.
This is a pastor. We don't
Exactly, and he's old enough to be our dad. Like, there's some respect that's going to be there.
But like, sir,
right? He's not our homeboy.
Right? He's not our homeboy. So,
but one thing you'll notice, people are going to always have something to say about how you do something anyway, right? I mean, it comes down to even you do an interview and they're like, "Oh, you didn't ask a hard enough question." Or when we did David, they're like, "Oh, you were too easy on him." No, we asked him every question we wanted to, and he, as hard as we were on him during the season, he was the one who reached out. "Hey, I'm ready to do the interview." We're like, because we thought he was going to say no. Oh yeah,
he was under a lot of pressure.
Right.
Yeah.
He was cool about it. You've also done Love is Blind, and I just had to ask you about this because you've done the OG Love is Blind, and you've also done Love is Blind UK. Do you have a preference?
UK.
I think Love is Blind US is almost kind of a joke at this point. It's not to be taken serious.
True.
Yeah.
And it's too much fluff. So they start us out, is it with 6 episodes or something?
Yeah.
Which is way too much for the first day. And then they don't really give us much in those 6 episodes. So we're having to watch them on like fast forward and just trying to get through the episodes. So yeah.
I wish we could get MAFS UK. MAFS UK is way better because every week you have to decide whether you're staying or breaking up, right? And getting a divorce or not. And if one person says, "I want a divorce," and the other says, "No, I want to work it out," guess what? You're stuck. You got to work it out one more week. Like that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
It is, but it's that much more fun.
I agree with you that Love is Blind UK is a lot less drama. They get a lot of the fluff. There's not all that fluff in there, right? And when you watch the reunion, they handle it very maturely.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not as I think about Married at First Sight. Was it Denver? Just how that whole group, everybody didn't work out.
Oh yeah.
And then when they got to the reunion, it was just all very antagonistic. With Love is Blind UK, it's like they're just, I just realized he was a piece of trash, but he's a good person. And he's going to be great for somebody, but he's just not for me. And I'm like, it's very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are very like polite and zipped up and
Yeah, a little different. Well, it's been fun. But before we get you guys out here, can we do a quick this or that real quick just get to know you guys on a little bit more, right? All right. Brunch or happy hour?
Brunch.
Okay.
If you asked me 8 years ago, I would have said happy hour.
And I always would have said brunch.
But now you grown.
What is it about brunch? What is it about brunch that women love so much?
Getting cute. The vibes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pictures and the chicken and waffles, because let's be real. It's not very innovative.
Right. That's what I was about to say. So what is it about? Is it mimosas? Is it the like you said? So okay, chicken and waffles and getting dressed.
Well, you said women. I'm like, I love brunch. It's my
Okay, I stand by that then.
All right, spa day or shopping spree?
Spa day. Shopping is like decisions.
Yeah, it's too much work.
You're the two of you are the anomalies because I think most women are going to say shopping spree, right? Or is you thinking that you got to spend your money?
It's not even the money. It's you got to go pick it out and try it on.
A lot of effort.
Okay.
Yeah.
Staycation or passport stamp?
Passport.
I love a good staycation.
She does love a good staycation.
Really?
Yeah, I love a good staycation, but I also love a passport stamp. Both.
See, I call it the Control Alt Delete. You get out of the country, you reset, come back and deal with all the BS, right?
Yeah. I like staycations because you don't exhaust as much energy with the coming and going, and you're like, oh, I'm 30 minutes, I'm home.
Yeah.
So there's a lot more effort or a lot more energy for enjoyment.
Yeah.
Instead of the traveling. Yeah.
Read a book or binge watch?
I've read enough books, honestly.
Yeah.
I know that sounds so bad, but I have done my time, y'all.
But
You've got your doctorate. We know.
I've read so much. Binge me, please.
I feel like you did a good job of like keeping up with your shows even while in college. I don't know how she did it, but Samaria is the binge watch queen. Like she watched all the shows.
I made time for it.
I would say binge a show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, versus a book. I guess it depends on the book. I don't know.
Now,
Fair.
I think I've seen you've done girls trips, but is it girls trips or couples getaway? Which one would you prefer?
Now this is hard.
And if he's standing in front of you, you know which one you better say.
Well, we've done both together, kind of, but I don't know.
Okay. I'm gonna say couples getaway just because there have been times when I've done a girl trip somewhere like new. And then I'm like, oh, I gotta bring him. Like he gotta see this. So it would be nice if he could just come along. Maybe we could have a couple days with just the girls, and then I don't know how we'd organize that, but yeah.
I would say couples getaway because I enjoy just arriving. You know, he could figure everything out.
Take your bag. Yeah.
Like, oh, you called the Uber. Oh, you ordered the drinks. You know, I'm just here. Me and my girl are here.
Yeah.
Girl, they gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So last one. Rapid fire text messages or just one long paragraph?
Voice notes.
So I'll take option C.
Okay,
Yeah.
I would take one long one because if I'm trying to keep up and you're still sending, it's like, okay, I'm just putting my phone down until you're done.
I would say one.
I'm with you.
one.
Yeah.
100%. I can't stand the ping.
Yes.
Hit me all with it at once and then let me process. But I want to respond, but I see the 3 dots. So I'm like, well, now I got to wait
Yeah.
until they finish.
Yeah.
And then they take
And then the
forever.
dots disappear.
Then they go, then they stop. Then they go get a snack. Then they come back and you see the dots. You're like, are you?
Right. You gotta be like, so what were you trying to say? Like, what were you sending?
But is it bad that I'm also like, don't send me a paragraph that I just have to keep scrolling? Like, this may just need to be a conversation. Don't send me a book. Or send me a voice note.
Yeah, voice note.
Headphone in.
Voice note would be better.
Well, that's why talk to text is terrible. Because people start to send longer messages because they can do talk to text. And then it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And they just still don't want to just pick up the phone and call you. It's so crazy.
Also, don't be Southern because I've noticed, like when my Southern friends send me messages, it just messes it up. Like, I think one of my friends said, "Oh yeah, that's because she's an old soul" in a text the other day, and the text portion of the voice note said, "Yeah, that's because she's awful." And I looked at it, clearly that's not what she said. I had to play it, and it said old soul. I'm like, oh, okay.
Just one word can change everything. Well, look, Mee.O.Sha Samaria, it's been fun. We appreciate you guys coming on, hanging out with us. It was great. Just vibing with you because this has been fun.
Yeah,
Thank
definitely.
y'all for not holding it against us, for not turning our email. We promise we're not stuck up or anything. We're not too good for nobody. We
Well, you haven't got to the email I sent you back in June yet. So when you get to that,
You might have deleted that one. Send it again. Send it again.
Oh God.
Now, we're obviously a lot. I know we share a lot of the same viewers and listeners, but where can those who may not know find you?
Yeah, please find us on YouTube. That's our preferred platform at Girlfriends and Goals Podcast. We're also everywhere where podcasts are. And if you want to send us a message, Instagram is a good option. We're just Girlfriends and Goals Podcast on there as well.
All right. Well, appreciate you guys again. I'm Yonni Rude.
and I'm just Terryl.
Make sure you follow us at Yonni Rude, at Just Terryl, at RGRTPod, and on IG at the RGRTPod.
Yeah, send us some of your random thoughts or some of the bullshit on the internet. We may talk about it on the show.
It's the Regular Guys Random Thoughts Podcast. Cheers.
Cheers.
We've been running this banter since way back in school, where the dorm room debates turn to cool in the rules, talking loud about the world like we're changing the game, but it's just us two, yeah, two sides of the same. Pull up a chair for the truth, let it spin. Two regular guys with the world to dive in. We don't need to agree, just let the talk flow. The vibes and the rhythm, the rest we let go. Sports got us heated, yeah, the refs missed the calls. Politics, man, we'll argue till the walls fall. Pop culture don't get us started on trends, but the laughter, my dude, that's where it all ends. You say tomato, I say nah, bro, it's time auto. You think we clashing? Nah, it's the dance of bravado. No winners, no losers, just stories to share. So pass me that bottle and pull up a chair. Pull up a chair for the truth, let it spin. Two regular guys with the word to dive in. We don't need to agree, just let the talk flow. The vibes and the rhythm, the rest we let go. Pull up a chair for the truth, let it spin. Two regular guys with the word to dive in. We don't need to agree, just let the talk flow. The vibes and the rhythm, the rest we let go. When the convo's done and the bottle runs dry, we'll toast to the clash, to the lows and the highs. Two voices, one friendship, no need to compare. So come as you are and pull up a chair.